Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen, how are you? Habari, how are you since we left one another, my dear colleagues, friends, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, whatever time it is, I salute you. Thank you very much for subscribing, commenting, and actually advising positively, advising negatively, and actually going on with our niche, our daily job in the YouTube streets. My organic friends, ladies and gentlemen, this is Kohera Senior. I'm very, very much grateful to be with you once more. And may I take this opportunity actually to thank you so much to be with me. May I take this opportunity to thank those people who are always understanding what I'm saying. In social media, you are not supposed to cheat or pretend. You talk the reality on the content you are making and let people see the sense so that they can actually comment and help and assist where it is necessary. Thank you very much. The previous video, I was congratulating my son for having purchased a tour car. So you people, I received different comments. Some were calling me that I'm crying. Some were saying I'm relating with the haters. Some were saying good. Some were telling me to continue advising my son because he is ever my son. Some were saying they believe one day there should be a reconciliation. But let me tell you that my reconciliation with my son is in blood. As long as the message reaches him, he still remains my son because, you can have so many clothes, so many suits, and you can divide some to your friend. But you cannot have so many children and then you decide to divide a child to your friend. You donate. you donate a child to your friend. That one, sincerely, it is very, very impossible. Even if I die, the world will have known that I am the father. The rest, I don't want to understand. Okay. May I send my regards and compliments to a young daughter in YouTube called Black Beauty. Black Beauty, wherever you are, thank you. Why? You are very focused. You are talking sense in YouTube. Today I saw you this morning actually trying to warn some of the people who just jump into YouTube and start abusing people. I think I had complained in the previous video that there are some young ladies who have no manners, who have no morals. I don't understand whether they have parents. And if they have, then those are the ladies who never listened to their parents. because they are now exposing their poor character to the whole world. But thank you very much, the daughter of the soil, as I heard you calling yourself daughter of the soil. That is good. You are telling them that they are doing you, but you will do them better. Very funny. It is today I discovered that some ladies who are in YouTube borrow clothes from their grandmothers to come and shoot a video. Black beauty. You mean a YouTuber borrowing clothes from her grandmother? You young lady, are you serious? Eh? It is today I heard that those are the group which is sending nudes to Europe. Black beauty. You see, when they sent very touching words on me. In fact, I didn't know them, and I never even knew the whole world is watching them. And I predicted and I sent them a curse that the same words will go back to them. So, Black Beauty, you have sent back to the sender message. They have heard. I have heard you telling them telling them that they left their husbands, that they are hopping from one man to another, testing men and actually comparing who is better. Black Beauty. That is not me, but Black Beauty for today's video this morning. So, yeah, young girl. So I'm warning those young girls, young ladies. If you abuse me, I have my battalion. I have daughters of parents. I have daughters of fathers like Black Beauty. Black Beauty, take charge. Because when, in fact, I was complaining, and this is what I'm going now today to send a message to my uncles. My uncles are kisses. Me, my great grandmother is from Kisi. She is called Nyaboke. That is my great grandmother who actually gave birth to my father's father, Nyaboke. Even the sister I have who follows me is called Nyaboke. And that is my grandmother who came from Bobasi. Here is Bobasi in Kisii. I've never been there, but there is a place, there is a clan, I think they call it Bobasi. And this message, I wish to send it through one of the YouTubers from the Kisii community by the name Omoche David. I think this is the person also who had collided with my daughter, Black Beauty. Mr. Moche, I saw you showing people the receipt of my speech in my YouTube when I was complaining about my son, when I was congratulating, and when I was actually trying to show what is going on. You must have heckled me. You must have actually mocked me. You are saying, you Mzee K, people are saying I'm crying behind my whatever, that I'm very poor. And so maybe it is poverty which is making me to do that. Mr. Moche, may I introduce myself to you that I am the first husband to Madam Esther, and Marwa is my firstborn. I married that lady, I paid dowry. My son was born here at home here where I am. And later on, one of my uncles, as I have said, from Kisi, that is my partner down there, you know him, snatched me, my wife, and I went with him. So because I was related to Kisses, my father refused. My family is big. We have so many men and young women who could act. But my father was actually, I don't know what made him. He said, no, my son, don't overcry because of your wife. Let this man, because he comes from your great grandmother, don't harm him. I don't want you to pour down blood because of a woman. Just leave that woman, but pray for your son. Let that uncle of yours from Kisii take your wife. That one, he has taken his nephew's wife, so God will judge him later. And this is the later I am talking about, Mr. Moje. So I am sending you, Mr. Moje, that despite the fact that you see me on a wrong side, you need also to be neutral. I am naturally from Kisii, though I'm a crossbreed, and I am also naturally a person who has a right to own a wife, who needs to be respected. But here is a case where a gentleman came and snatched my wife. Ladies and gentlemen, let me put it this way: I am talking that because this is social life. I am not out of my vlog. It is social life, and I'm not. I may react. I may respond. I may talk. It is still inside my context. So, Mr. Moche, when it happened that this gentleman had taken my wife, so I assumed my father actually refrained me and the whole family. We are a big clan, okay? The Kohera family is so big in Korea here, if you can ask him. So, my uncle, Omoche, I think even Mr. Bosire from Kisi again supported me because he understood. You are not supposed to be biased, be neutral. And don't also comment because you hate you hate Kohera. Why? We have no boundary of that. Why should you? Before you talk any negativity to a person, you must digest and understand. So let me now give you an assignment, Mr. Moche, because today I am going to declare something here. Let me give you an assignment. I want you, as a person, because you feel bitter for Mr. Partner of mine. You feel bitter when I talk about him. Go to him personally or go to his home area. That is Nyamaya. Nyamaya is bordering actually Ogwethi. Down here, you from Kehancha, you go to Ogwethi, you go to Nyamaya. That is the area where my partner comes from. Now let me give you a brief history. During 1980s, in the middle of 1980s, that is 84, 85 up to 1990, there was a total shortage of teachers in Korea as a whole. So by then I think I cannot recall the minister, but the minister, if it is not Onyonka, I don't know who was there, who was a minister for education. So he deployed so many Kisi young men to Korea to come and cap the shortage of teachers here. In my area, by then I had come out of college, because I came out of college in 1984. So I had come. So I met so many young men from Kisi, whom we were deployed together and we were working together. I can recall such people like Mr. Cage, who was called Kenya. We used to call him Kenya. I can recall Mr. Oirere. I can recall Mr. Kibungo, who was a mathematician. I can recall Mr. Mika Ogake, and I can recall Mr. Moffat Ondari. Those were my colleagues whom we worked with all those years. Now, so it went. All these gentlemen lived in Kuria peacefully. They taught the children of Kuria, and later on, they retired. They went back to Kisii when their children had completed school, when their children are in universities, with an exception of Mr. Ondari, who now had snatched my wife in around 1989, 88, 89. That is when he took my wife, whom I had married, with my son, and ran away with that son. And so that I have narrated how my father actually restrained the kind of violence. And that is why I am now trying to explain to you, because so many people do ask, where were you? Where have you been? Why now? So those are the reasons. So Mr. Mochi, I'm sending you now. Go back to Nyamaya. Tell your people to come for their son. It is now time that this gentleman should go back to his people. Because, for one, if, Mr. Mochi, you come to Kuria, you get here a very beautiful girl for marriage. You see, okay, this one suits me. Let me marry this young lady. Where are you supposed to take that young lady? Culturally, I think the Kisii and the Korean cultures are the same. What they normally do is that you if you fall in love, you go invite your parents. They come see the home. They negotiate. They take. And even if you decide to elope that girl, she will not again convince you to build at her father's land again, at her home ground. You marry and take away. You marry and take that young lady to your home. Why didn't Mr. Partner do that? Why did he accept to be conned and the lady convinced him to construct a home here? And in fact, it is, let me tell you that it is not him who constructed. It is the lady who was taking loans. And now, Mr. Moche, I'm giving you a story so that you can act. After all those years, this gentleman, that is around 1988 to 1989, 1990, this so-called partner of mine has never stepped a foot at his home at Nyamaya. The rest of the gentlemen, up to now we are talking, they are their children have finished universities, they are comfortable, they have retired as we have. But this man decided to remain here. Now, who is the husband? Who married who? There is a book called A Concubine. I don't know, a concubine is a term used in women. I do not know a man who is a concubine. I don't know in English who, because this is a person who has been married and refrained from getting out of going back to see his people. Let me ask the people from Nyapohansi. Since these people came there, have you ever seen their relatives? Have you ever seen the father, the mother, the cousin, and the kisses actually love one another? Have you ever seen the cousins and whatever coming down there? And if not, why? And again, Mr. Moche, Go and find out. I'm sending you because you confronted me and I'm giving you facts and I want you to disapprove me. Go and find out if this gentleman had a wife. And if at all he had, where is that wife? And if at all he had, where are the children at Nyamoya? Why? And is Esther aware that this guy had a wife? Because he had a very young nurse, a lady newly married, and before this man was deployed here. And after stepping here, he never went back to see that young lady. He had decided with her 2 sons. Then when he came here, he just forgot about the sons and about the wife. The wife was a nurse. And due to depression, in fact, I'm very sorry to mention that. Due to depression, stress and depression, I'm very sorry to mention that this young lady unlived or passed away some 4 years ago because of the frustrations and the stress from the husband. And she left the 2 sons languishing, hustling in the streets of Nyamaya. So what is my message? My message today is, I am appealing to the Kisi community to come and see where their son got lost. I believe, Mr. Moche, culturally, you as Kisi people, you don't allow your man to be laid outside apart from the ancestral land. When I die, for example, when I am in Kisi or Kikuyu land, my people must make sure that I am brought home. So go and find out whether the family has a land. Why didn't he go and introduce the new wife to that land? Has he ever shown the so-called sons, like my son, where his ancestral land is? Do they know any relatives? Do they know their grandparents? Do they know their you see? So now, Mr. Moche, let me thank this partner. He has been a very hardworking person because he very much worked on my wife. He worked a very hard work, and he is a very good watchman, a very good protector, because you can see how he is beating people down there at Nyabohansi. He's a very hardworking and he beats. He's a good watchman. He feeds animals. He does all the kind of labor. But now, as the man of the family, now I'm declaring that his job has been terminated with no benefits. There are no benefits because he has been eating my family's money, food, sleeping with my wife, loving my wife, and putting good clothes. But now the age is there. He should go back and collect those 2 sons who are in the streets. Go, Mr. Moche, get me right. Go up to a corner. You know where a corner is? At Nyamaya. Go at a place called a corner. Go and find there is a chemistry where one of the sons is running that chemistry, which was left by the wife. The wife was a nurse, and she had opened a clinic at least to make her sustain and maintain the children. After this lady passed on, so the 2 sons have moved. They have moved away from the original house, and where their mother is laid. They have left. Nobody's there. Tell this man to go and collect and put together his family and leave my family alone. Thank you very much. Let us meet in the next. I want you to tell me before I make a new video. Your steps. If only you are not a pretender. If only you love your person. Mr. Omoch, I'm appealing to you because you approached me through the video. Yeah, I'm doing this one through the video because of what you did through the video. Kisses love one another. Collect your son and take him home. Otherwise, nobody knows. Even if I say, okay, let me leave him until he gets so old and he's laid here. Koreans are witches. They will eat his meat. They will go and exhume the grave. You know how you are joking. And more so the persons he is oppressing. So please, I have said, I have terminated this long worker to retire honorably with immediate effect, but without benefits.